First up, members of a local organization are mourning after the loss of one of their own. Mission Aviation Fellowship, a nonprofit based out of Nampa, is working to provide essential resources and transportation in rural areas around the globe during the COVID-19 outbreak. News 6 reporter Frankie Catafaya shows us how the recent death of one of their pilots is affecting the organization and its operations.
Accidents can still happen, even though we work very hard to address the risks.
When Joycelyn died in a plane crash on Tuesday, she was flying out of Indonesia to fulfill her latest assignment.
It's a difficult time for our organization. We're really grieving the loss of Joyce. She was a much loved member of our M.A.F. family.
Lynn, one of Mission Aviation Fellowship's volunteer pilots and former IT specialist for the United States Air Force, lived in many places throughout her life, including Idaho, where she trained as a pilot in the Idaho backcountry. Lynn spent the last 2 years of her life serving for M.A.F. in Indonesia, and that's where she met fellow M.A.F. member Joel Giesslin.
Our relationship with Joyce was many different shared experiences.
Joel and his wife Christy were shocked by the sudden loss.
You always hang out with the same people, and Joyce was one of our people. She was one of those people who we just spent tremendous amounts of time with.
News of Joyce's death prompted M.A.F's president David HOLSTEN to put a temporary hold on operations in Indonesia, also offering those stationed in other areas to take the time needed to grieve the loss of their own.
When you hear of an accident like that, you immediately put yourself into that situation and you think, how would I respond to that? And what am I feeling now? And you really have to wrestle with this question. Is my doing this something that I'm actually willing to give my life?
Despite the abrupt end of his precious friend's life, as volunteer pilots, Joel says that
we do understand the risks of the job, take it very seriously.
A veteran pilot for M.A.F. himself, David HOLSTEN says in his experience,
it's important to get back in the airplane and to take off and to do a flight and to be reminded that, yes, we can do this safely.
The needs of people in rural communities across the globe are still prevalent, especially during this pandemic. Keeping their faith and Joyce in mind, they will continue to serve.
Matthew chapter 9, verse 36, it says that Jesus saw the crowds and he was moved with compassion.
Frankie Catafaya, Idaho News 6.